The United States spends nearly $1 trillion a year on weapons. But their greatest return on investment isn't the wars they win. It is the wars that never happen. For 80 years, no nation has dared to launch a direct military attack on the American homeland. Not out of kindness, but out of calculation. True power is not measured by how many enemies you destroy. It is measured by how many enemies are too terrified to even speak. Welcome to the Global Lens Network. From our vantage point, your world is not held together by treaties, but by the mechanics of deterrence. Let us dismantle the machine. Most people look at the US military and see a parade. Soldiers, tanks, jets, that is merely the theater. The real weapon is invisible. It is a system. While other nations take weeks to mobilize their armies, the United States can deploy a fully operational city of destruction to any coordinate on Earth within 18 hours. This is not hyperbole. It is a documented logistical miracle. By the time an enemy general finishes his first planning meeting, American aircraft carriers are already positioning off his coast, and special forces are already breathing his air. In this equation, speed is not just a convenience. Speed is a weapon. Look at the sky. This is not a fair contest. It is a monopoly. The F-22 Raptor, the F-35 Lightning, these are not just planes. They are flying data centers that can eliminate a target before enemy radar even detects their presence. In modern warfare, the side that controls the air dictates the reality on the ground. And the United States Air Force does not share the sky. Then look to the sea. The Carrier Strike Group is not a fleet. It is a floating sovereign territory. A mobile air force that requires no permission to operate. And beneath the waves, the true nightmare waits. Ohio-class submarines, silent, invisible. Each one carries enough nuclear firepower to turn an entire continent into ash. They prowl the deep oceans for months, waiting for an order that everyone hopes will never come. You cannot negotiate with a threat you cannot find. However, absolute power creates absolute blindness. Here lies the paradox. With all this technology, with all this budget, why did the United States struggle in Afghanistan? Why did the machinery stall in Iraq? Because you cannot bomb an ideology. The American military is a hammer designed to smash boulders. State armies, industrial grids, command centers, but when it strikes sand, the force dissipates. A $2 million missile can destroy a truck, but it cannot destroy the conviction of the man driving it. This is the hard limit of hardware. You can win every battle, yet still lose the war. And then there is the question of survival. Is this dominance sustainable? Maintaining this machine costs nearly $1 trillion a year. That is money not spent on schools, not spent on infrastructure, not spent on the future. History teaches us that empires rarely collapse because they are invaded. They collapse because the cost of maintaining the empire eventually bankrupts the treasury. The United States has bet its survival on a simple calculation: that the cost of being the world's police is cheaper than the cost of a world war. But military might is only one pillar of the empire. There is another force, a force that does not use bullets. It uses currency, it uses culture, it uses code. Why conquer a nation with tanks when you can conquer their minds with Hollywood and their wallets with the dollar? That is an investigation for the next file. This concludes archive entry number 003. If you wish to see the invisible gears that turn your world, subscribe to the network. The observation continues.